Buddy, Rev Nation here, and we are setting off in the 2023 Nissan Frontier SV trim. This is a four-wheel drive model. It's got quite a few options and features, and I'll get into that in just a second. All right, nice LCD screen there. You know, regular old gauges and whatnot. It does look like you've got some abilities to change things around, right? You got the driver assist, vehicle settings alert, language. I believe that you can program whether you want it in kilometers or miles within here. Got driver assist, so the blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, and just your, standard readings, fuel economy, driving patterns, auxiliary gauges, so your oil temperatures, which is good to have when you're towing and whatnot. So overall, really nice screen, good display. I do like that they kept kind of the sort of old school tachometers. The graphics in here look okay. You can see on the video they're a little bit fuzzy, but I mean, it's a truck and it's not a Tesla, right? So overall, fairly nice. I'll bring it back here for you to see the steering wheel. So not too busy. I mean, it's fairly clean in my opinion. The feel is decent enough. It's not like super nice, not going to blow your mind or any of that stuff. Regular old Nissan gauges. They don't feel too cheap, or clunky or anything like that. Let's see here. Sorry. Yeah, you got your windshield stuff over here. Door quality, hard plastics up here. Regular old, El Cheapo controls here. Got your one touch up and down. The armrest is soft touch. Decent enough handles. It doesn't seem like it's super low quality by any means, but one of the things that I do like here is this little vent setup here. I'm wondering if that's like actually functional or if that's just for looks. The vent placement is good. For the most part, I could see that steering wheel blocking some of your airflow a little bit. And here's your 8-inch touchscreen. It's got all that stuff, AM, FM, etc., right? Like, pretty decent displays. It does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. I'll put it in reverse here so you can see the rear camera. The screen resolution on the rear camera is pretty good. No complaints on that, in my opinion. The display, the actual layout here is really nice. You got old school solid shift knob here. Pretty easy four-wheel drive functions. Still have physical controls for everything. Got your 12-volt charger there. USB and then USB-C, I believe it's called. These seat heaters, I'll turn the steering wheel heater on and let you know how that is. But these are great. They're almost as good as my aftermarket ones that I have in the 4Runner. So overall, interior design is pretty nice. If you stay tuned, I'll read you off the Monroney and give you kind of all the ins and outs of the features here. But let's get her underway, and I'll let you know what I think about the drive, and then we'll get outside and go from there. Yeah, sorry, had some equipment malfunctions there. But these seats are divine. They are super plush, you know, ultra comfortable. Man, they do not give you any room around this spot. I'm having to go through the service area to get out, and they've got car upon car there. So hitting some bumps here. Doesn't do a great job absorbing them. I'll have to look up what the suspension is on the SV trim. I know that they've got Bilstein shocks in the Pro 4X, but this SV, I'm not too sure what Nissan's using. I'll find out and put it up on the screen. But yeah, overall visibility isn't terrible. You know, it's decent for a truck. I mean, there's not massive blind spots. It does automatically lock the windows here. So let's get her up to speed. I'll get it up to about 55. All right, checking the acceleration here as I get over into traffic. Man, this thing takes off. Holy shit. That drivetrain is awesome. 310 horsepower. I mean, this blows the Tacoma away. And I'm saying that as a Tacoma owner, right? Like, and I've owned a bunch of Tacomas. I would prefer this drivetrain hands down. Yeah, this engine is great. So what is it? This is a 3.8 liter paired to the 9-speed automatic transmission. One of the things that I am surprised about is that it really doesn't get great fuel economy for being a 9-speed transmission and that size engine and stuff. I would have figured that it would have gotten better, but it's only rated for 17 city and 22 highway, 20 combined, which, you know, I get it. It's naturally aspirated, so on. But I would have thought that they could have squeezed out a few more miles per gallon than they did. So, yeah, you know, not the end of the world. I mean, it's a truck, and you can see, I think one of the main reasons that it does get such terrible fuel economy is you'll see when we get outside, the overall exterior design of this is so squared off that it's almost kind of comical. It's like, you know, reminds me of a 1970s, you know, Chevy C10 pickup or whatever, where it's literally just such a boxy design. It looks great, but yeah, the aerodynamics are not going to be good. You know, you are driving a couple of bricks stacked together down the road, so don't expect, you know, smooth anything really. But yeah, overall, man, these seats are great. But that steering, yeah, I could see how that would get annoying. The ride is really smooth. The cab is relatively quiet. You know, I got it up to about 60 miles an hour and didn't really hear much of anything. So, yeah, it's not bad. Alrighty, now we've got the exterior. This is just a magnetic gray, just like everything else nowadays. But I like these headlights, although they are the halogens, which I was kind of surprised about. You know, it's a bit of a miss in my opinion. Could have easily put LEDs in there. The grille design and layout is very clean. I really like it. The indents in the hood look a little weird, but I do think that Frontier logo that they did here looks really nice. I think that's probably like the best in the segment as far as like front ends go. This one does come with an optioned skid plate. I don't know how, you know, sturdy it is or how much it's really going to help you. It does have tow hooks on both sides here. There you go. Overall, it's got some, you know, fake vents. You could probably pull those out and get them to actually be functional. It does have the, you know, fog lights there. These wheels are poverty spec. They look cheap and I don't like them at all. So the tires, these Michelins, I mean, they're like a super, you know, street tire. You're not going to be able to do anything off of the pavement with these, which, you know, I get it. If you're not, you know, you're probably not buying this for off-roading. Control arms and, you know, shocks and all of that stuff, pretty standard. So this does have the optional heated, the heated with blind spot monitoring side mirrors here. It's got the smart key on the door. These doors, they feel a little chintzy, but not too bad. I've actually seen some videos where they've broken off. So we'll see how they hold up over time. I do really like this bed. You can see it's got the sliding, I can't remember what they call that. I'll put that in the comments, but it's got, you know, all the bed hooks, the adjustable tie downs, yada yada. Let me put this down here. Does have the dampened tailgate. The bed is the 5-foot bed, which is kind of industry standard. This one looks bigger than most though. It does look like you get more room out of it. It does have a nice bright, you know, bed light or rear light there. Sliding glass, rear window for access if you're in the back seat there. Got nice tie down hooks over here. Power outlet. That is, yep, that's just your standard outlet there. You do have those controls in the cab. This is a pretty nice tailgate. I'm gonna sit on it. She's nice and sturdy. Holds up my, you know, 170 pounds, which doesn't really say a lot, but yeah, I mean, overall it sits, the rear sits a little higher than I would have thought, but I do like the exterior styling on this. I think it's clean. I don't really love it in this color or this trim. You know, I would probably, if I was going to get like an S or an SV trim, I'd probably go with maybe just a white, or the red looks pretty good in my opinion. But yeah, overall, not terrible. You know, would I buy this truck? Maybe, if the price was right, which we're going to get to in just a second. So, what do we got here? We've got the 2023, break her out, 2023 Nissan SV Crew Cab V6 4x4. Like I was saying earlier, it's got the 3.8 liter with the 310 horsepower, 9-speed transmission, limited slip differential, stabilizer in the rear, 4-wheel drive, high and low. It does have, sorry, it's a little windy out here. It does have advanced airbag systems, vehicle safety system, a bunch of tire alerts, pedestrian protection. And for the infotainment, you know, it's got all of the standard stuff. I did not test out the speakers on camera because of, you know, copyrights and all that jazz. They're pretty good. It's not bad. Not bad at all. With the convenience package here, it does have the power adjustable seats. These seats are phenomenal. If I could find some in a salvage yard and throw them in the Ranger, I would do it like in a heartbeat. So these seats are great. The seat heaters are fantastic. It does have the rear storage here, which I'm gonna, oh, yeah, I'll have to figure out how that works. There we go. That storage is kind of pointless. You can't fit jack in there. I don't know why they tout that for really being much of anything, you know, decent. See from the video angle, like, I don't know if I can adjust it at all. No. Yeah, this is terrible. Holy shit. Yeah. So I wouldn't want to put anybody back here. Can't pull it out either or anything. Like, you're literally like, I don't know if you've ever been on a bench to where you're lifting weights or something like that, and you're doing shoulder press and the thing's straight up. That's how you feel. You feel like this would be a perfect shoulder press. But man, this is not comfortable in the slightest. Might be good for a nice back crack. You do get 12 volts back here. The AC system and all that jazz. You don't have any rear vents. I'm 5'8". I've got leg room, you know, just enough. That's my seating position there. So if anybody is, you know, a couple inches taller than me, which is probably the vast majority of you, you're not going to be that comfortable. I do like how they have the grab handles here for the rear. I think that's great. You've got a second one up here. And, yep. Oh man, I just noticed that that's an actual manual rear window. So, yeah, not great. I don't know, man. I'm kind of torn on this here. There's things I like about this truck, there really is. But there's like some hard, almost deal breakers here. So let's get into this, what we got for options. All right. SV convenience package. So you get the spray-in bed liner, sliding window, 120 volt rear center controls, intelligent key with request switches, not too sure what that is, heated outside mirrors, heated steering wheel, heated seats, LED rail lighting, remote start, halogen fog lights, leather shift knob, dual zone climate control, trailer hitch. And then you have the technology package, which has a lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, rear traffic alert, rear sonar system, rear automatic braking, high beam assist, and intelligent cruise control. So all of those features are basically standard in, you know, most of its competitors. So what does that come up with? Base price on this truck is $36,290, and with all the options you're looking at $41,485. So they did try and do a market adjustment on there. They said that they just haven't removed those, so I can just disregard that. So if you want to get yourself a Nissan, you can head on out to Bannister Nissan in Chesapeake, Virginia, or in Norfolk, and they will hook you up. All right, folks, we'll see you.